Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's daughter has already been christened in a top-secret ceremony, according to royal commentator Neil Sean. Citing a source, Mr. Neil also claimed the details of the service will be included in Prince Harry's memoir, the release of which is awaited next year. The Duke of Sussex's book may also reveal the godmother and godfather of their children and include pictures of Lilibet Diana with elder brother Archie. Mr. Sean said, according to a very good source out in LA-and, as ever, we have to say allegedly, the daughter of Harry and Meghan has indeed been christened all top secret allegedly. But what's interesting here is we won't get to know anything about that particular end of it until the book comes out. He continued, apparently that could now become a chapter within the book. This is the book of course that Prince Harry has signed a mega deal for with that publishing house for quite a lot of money now. When you think about it, it would make perfect sense, you know, putting pictures in like that, finding out who the guests are, the godmother, the godfather. That possibly has a selling point, not necessarily to the public but of course to newspapers and magazines that may wish to license that story and reprint it on the same day around the world. It could be very profitable. Prince Harry and Meghan's daughter, Lilibet Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor, was born on Friday, June 4 at 11:40 at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara, California. Speaking to BBC's The Princes and the Press, broadcaster Trevor Philips said, they made it clear that the historic convention, for example, the pictures of the new infant, they weren't going to go with it. And at that point, it became clear that either they had not really grasped that in the return to the fairy tale, you have to give the people outside the castle something. Or they just decide they didn't want to play the game, and the points on which you decide you don't want to play the game, then they'll expect other people to play by the rules. Lilibet's photo has yet to be released publicly as the couple are very strict about their private life. Speculation arose this summer suggesting Lilibet's christening could take place in the UK when the royal couple returned for the first time together since stepping down. Another news, the Queen will be without her daughter Princess Anne on Christmas Day after her husband tested positive for COVID. The Princess Royal is isolating at her Gatcombe Park home with Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, 66, after he was confirmed today to have contracted the virus. The news will be even more upsetting for the family as it's their first without Prince Philip. It will also mean that Anne could be forced to miss her grandson Lucas Tindall's first Christmas. The news comes after the Queen made the difficult decision to cancel the royals' annual trip to Sandringham. Instead she will remain in Windsor for the festive period. Speaking about the monarch's decision to scrap the royals' annual trip, a senior palace source told the Mirror, the pre-Christmas family lunch will not be going ahead. The decision is a precautionary one as it is felt to put too many people's Christmas arrangements at risk if it went ahead. While there is regret that it is cancelled, there is a belief it is the right thing to do for all concerned. The Queen was due to fly to Sandringham today but instead is preparing to welcome her family to her Berkshire home. The Queen's guests for Christmas Day are still understood to include Prince Charles and Camilla, Prince Edward and his wife Sophie and their children, Louise and James, Prince William, Kate and their 3 children, Prince George, 8, Princess Charlotte, 7 and Prince Louis, 3, will spend Christmas Day at their Anmer Hall residence in Norfolk and intend to see the Queen over the holidays. Prince Andrew, who lives on the Queen's Windsor estate, is understood not to have confirmed his plans and is likely to spend Christmas Day with his daughters Princess Eugenie, her husband Jack Brooksbank and their 10-month-old son August, as well as Princess Beatrice, her husband Edo Mapelli-Mozzi and their 3-month-old daughter Sienna. The Duke of York's ex-wife Sarah Ferguson is also understood to be set to join them, before the family visit the Queen later in the day. Senior royals last week agreed to cut back on all but essential contacts to ensure the Queen would not be alone at Christmas, after like so many others last year being forced to be apart from her loved ones. Palace officials constructed HMS Bubble, the code word used for the stringent program of isolation needed to keep Her Majesty safe from the COVID-19 disease.